So just settle into your space, settle into the mat, opening. As we start our practice, we open the knees as wide as we feel comfortable. The wider we open, the more that we work into our hip area. And if you haven't already, slowly start to pad the hands all the way towards the top edge of the mat. And you really want to extend the fingertips towards the tip as the bum presses towards the heels. And we're going to start our Vinyasa practice focusing on our breathing, and we're looking for a nice deep inhale as you breathe in through the nose, and you're looking to exhale as you breathe out through the nose. And we're finding that even breath length exchange. So taking that nice deep inhale in and then exhaling as you breathe out. And I want you to notice the muscles soften. Softening as we breathe, but also softening as gravity pulls us down towards the ground and we find more comfort in the pose. And just take a moment here to breathe. So we're not going to brush out of the child pose today, we're going to settle. Finding that breath, inhaling in through the nose and then exhaling as you breathe out through the nose. We're going to take the right hand to the right edge of the mat, the left hand is going to stack on top or place beside. Everything else sinks down towards the ground and we just take a few breaths in a side stretch. Again, pressing the bum towards the heels, reaching through the sides of the body, noticing. Left hand comes to the left edge of the mat, right hand stacks on top, place beside. Really extend through the hands as you press the bum towards the heels and just find that breath, breathing into that side space. Again, just noticing how that feels. And then gently we're going to come all the way back as we settle into child pose. And then slowly I want you to walk the hands all the way up into a wide leg kneeling position, opening the palms onto the thigh, gently locking the elbows into the side of the body. So we're really pressing back with the bum towards the heels, and we're just taking a moment here, opening out into the hips and also spreading through those thigh muscles. We're going to reach up all the way up towards the top of the space, looking between the fingertips, finding length. And then you're going to open out the elbows into cactus arms, opening the throat and chest, finding the sky. Reach the hands up high, and then take the left hand down in line with the bottom. The right hand is going to come over past the ear, and you're going to look underneath the arm as we find a side stretch, really extending through the arms, pulling from that right side. And then slowly come all the way back as we find the center, and then we're going to open out, find back into cactus arms, taking a moment to breathe. Reaching up towards the sky, bring the right hand down, pull the fingertips as the left arm comes over past the ear, finding a nice side stretch, looking underneath the underarm and taking that moment. And then gently come all the way back to center, reach up, find the sky. And then we're going to slowly bring the hands back in towards the chest, allow the bum to rest onto the heels, breathe into the moment, and then slowly close the knees so we find ourselves in our kneeling position. And then we're going to walk the hands just forward so we find our tabletop. So your shoulders stack the wrists, your hips stack the knees, press wide into the palms. We're going to press the ground away as we press the belly down and lift the head and the tail, finding our lovely cow pose. And then you're going to press as you curve and round the spine, bring chin to chest, finding cat pose. With breath, inhale, drop the belly, take the head and the tail high. And then exhale, curve and round the spine, bring the chin to chest. And then just work through a slow flexion and extension of the spine, using the breath, waking up the body, and finding yourselves into that spinal column, deeply breathing. And then slowly come back as we find center. You're going to extend the left leg and reach through into the right arm, finding alternate arm to leg. We're going to draw elbow to knee, finding a nice curve. And then reach as we extend, and then when everything comes back to center, so this all happens at once. So you're going to reach the right leg, left arm. Elbow comes into knee. Reach as we extend, Everything comes back, find center. Left leg, right arm reach. Elbow comes to knee. Reach as you extend, come back and center. Well done. Right leg, left arm. Elbow to knee. Reach and extend. Everything comes back to center. One more. Left and right arm. Elbow comes to knee. Reach as you extend. Come back, find center. Right leg, left arm. Elbow to knee. Reach and extend. Come back. Find that center position. Take the hands towards the top edge of the mat. Dip the hips to sky as we bring the belly to thigh. Your chest sinks down to the ground as we find a puppy pose. And really tuck the tummy as you breathe and look towards the fingertips. Noticing how that feels. Taking a moment to center. And then slowly press into the hands, lifting off into table. Tuck into the toes, take the hands an inch or two forwards, and then lift into the hips as we settle into a down face dog. Press the palms, lift the hips nice and high, and maybe we start to pedal out through the toes, just breathing into down face dog. Heel down one by one, and then slowly come back into center. Taking a moment to breathe, rising through the toes, lifting the heels from the ground, and then slowly drawing the heels all the way back down. And then slowly walk the feet as we find the hands. You're gonna lift the chest, finding length, roll the shoulders from the ears, and then drop the head, roll up the spine, bending through the knees as we find ourselves in a mountain pose, opening the palms, really opening through the chest, shoulder blades together, pressing the feet as we lift through the quads. We're going to inhale, reach the hands forwards, but we're going to press the hips and just take a nice gentle back bend, looking towards the thumbs, and then we're going to exhale, bring the hands back as we find center. You're going to heel toe the feet to the outside edge of the mat, and slowly just start to sink the bottom into our Malasana pose. The spine is long, shoulders away from the ears. We're going to reach the right hand to the outside edge as the left hand opens, and we find a nice twist. See if you can look towards that middle finger, sinking down into the heels. Reaching back through center, taking a moment to breathe. Left hand reach, right hand opens. Look towards that middle finger, find length into the twist. Taking that moment to breathe, come all the way back through center. Hands come down. You're gonna press the hips high, drop the head, grab onto the elbows, and we just take a nice light, wide leg, side to side stretch in a ragdoll, feeling through the back of the legs. And then gently release the hands. We're going to heel toe the feet, find them back into hip distance. Bend the knees, roll up the spine, vertebra by vertebra. As we open the palms, we draw the elbows towards the back, palms forwards, lift the quads, stand the mountain. Slowly reach the hands through center. Inhale as we press the hips forwards, look towards the thumbs. And then exhale as the palms come back into chest. This time you're going to inhale, reach, press the hips forwards, but then we're going to exhale as we fold, bring the belly to thigh, find our forward fold. You're going to lift the chest as you find length, and then you're going to slowly step back into a nice strong plank, pressing the ground away, shoulders stack to the wrists, taking a moment to breathe here. You're going to open out to the side as the left hand reaches up towards the sky, and we take a side plank, looking towards the middle finger, reaching up nice and high, taking a moment to breathe. And then slowly swim the left hand down, settle back into plank, and then press the hips high and come back into a down face dog. And just take a moment to breathe into the dog, lifting into those hips. Slowly rise onto the toes, and then lower down into the heels. And then rise the toes as we ripple the body forwards, find ourselves in plank. Open out, right hand reaches up towards the sky, look into the middle finger as we find ourselves in a nice side plank. Take a moment to breathe, and then slowly place the right hand down as we settle back, finding that plank. The right foot comes to the outside edge of the hand. We drop into the back knee and untuck the toes. Make sure your knee is over the ankle. You're going to press the inner thigh away from you, so we're opening into the hips, and then just look over that right shoulder. And just take a moment here, noticing. And then slowly swing that right hand all the way up, looking toward that middle finger, finding as much length and sinking those hips. And then slowly place the hands back down into center. You're either going to stay up nice and lifted or come down into a low lizard as the elbows drop. And you can also press and lift the back knee as we take a few moments. And we might like to rock forwards and back here today, just to kind of work through those toes and stretch out through the hip flexor, lowering the elbows. And then slowly lower down into the knee, press into the hands. And then we're going to heel toe the foot as we find center. So your knee stacks the ankle. Press the hips forwards and then slowly rise the hands through center, taking a nice low lunge position, looking between the fingertips. We're going to slowly open into our cactus arms, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swing the hands high. We're going to frame the foot. You drive the knee back so it's straight. Flex into the toes. Try and square the hips. So we're going for our half split. And then see if you can either stay where you are or walk the hands forwards. Make sure the hips are square. Roll the shoulders from the ears. And just breathe into the back of the hamstring. Noticing how that feels, finding that length. And then just place the hands underneath the shoulder. And then open out to the right side and look towards the fingertips as we find a twist. Looking and breathing. Slowly bring the hand back through center. Your knee is going to stack over the ankle. We extend through into our runner's lunge. Left hand places down, your right hand opens, and we take another twist. Taking that moment to center and breathe. Right hand comes down. Step back, finding a nice strong plank. Lowering into the knees, untuck the toes, elbows in. Bring your chin, chest to mat, leave the bum towards the sky. And then slide onto the belly. Tuck the elbows, finding low cobra. Let's take the hands off, make sure we're not too far. Breathing into the cobra for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower down with the nose and the hands. Press back through a closed leg child pose. And then press into the hips as we lift up nice and high and settle back into a down face dog. And again, we might like to pedal the toes here. Breathe into the moment, noticing how that feels. And then gently come back as we find center. We're going to walk the feet in towards the hands, finding another forward fold. We're going to lift into the chest, find length, drop the head, hang heavy, and then bend the knees, roll up the spine, vertebra by vertebra, opening the palms, shoulder blades together as we take a moment to stand in our mountain pose. Breathing and finding. Slowly bring the hands through center. You're going to bring the right foot to the ankle. Open the knees to open the hips. Center into our low tree. And then see if you can drive the heel towards the calf. So we're working into tree pose. And if you feel stable, see if you can bring the heel onto the inside leg. Just on top. Whoa. Just on top of the knee. And then see if you can reach the hands up nice and high, finding tree. Well done. Taking a moment here to breathe for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Bring the knee through center. Plant down, hip distance. Palms come back into chest as we go the opposite side. So the left foot onto the ankle. Open the knee, square the hips. Bring the heel to the calf. And if it's in your practice, go for the upper layer, keeping away from the knee, and then reach the hands as we hold the tree for 5,
Holding 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back through center. Lower down, hip distance. We're going to open through cactus arms. Inhale to reach towards the sky. We're going to exhale, bring the belly to thigh, forward fold. Inhale, lift the chest. And then exhale, step back, finding a nice plank, taking a moment to breathe and taking a moment to center. Open out, left side, left hand reach towards the sky, look towards the upper fingertips as we find another side plank. And just breathe into the moment. And then place the left hand down. And then open out now, straight away, right side. Look up towards the middle finger. Side plank position, taking that moment to center. Slowly bring the right hand down. And then we're going to bring the left foot forwards. Knee over the ankle. Drop that back knee, untuck the toes, press the inner thigh away. As we look over the shoulder and find your twist. Sinking, breathing. Reaching up towards the sky, opening, finding length, taking that moment to center, sinking towards the ground. And then slowly bring that left hand in. We either stay in our high lizard or pop to the elbows for the low lizard. And you can also extend and lift the back knee off. And we're going to take a rock today. Just ease into that lizard. Massage through those muscle fibers. And then slowly lower down, untuck the toes, press into the hands. As you heel toe the foot, find center, knee stacks the ankle. Slowly reach the hands as we lean into that lovely low lunge, pressing the hips forwards, and then open cactus arms for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swim the hands. We frame the foot. The knee drives back straight as you flex the toes, square the hips, lift the chest, and then walk the hands forwards if it's in your practice to ease into a half split. Trying to pull the shoulders from the ears and just sinking into the hamstring. Breathing into the moment. And then slowly walk the hands in. Right hand comes underneath the shoulder as we open up to that left side and take a twist. Really nice and long with the fingertips. Breathe. Well done. Slowly bring that left hand back down. We're going to bring the knee over the ankle. Extend your runner's lunge. Right hand press in, open out. Take that another twist position. Noticing. Left hand comes down. Step back, finding your strong plank. Lowering the knees, untuck toes, elbows in, chin, chest. This time going all the way through into high cobra, opening the throat to sky. We're going to peel the right shoulder back, look to the heel. Come back through center. Left shoulder peels back, find a twist, look to heel. Come back through center, press into the toes and lift the quads and shins off. We're in our up face dog. And then just lower down with the legs as we come back into cobra. Again, press into the feet, lift the quads, and then fold over the toes as we settle downward dog. Taking a moment to breathe here, taking that moment to center. Right leg reach as we find the sky, flexing the toes to mat, and then open the heel to bum square, shoulders and the hips. Knee swims through center, place the foot between the hands. Your knee stacks the ankle, rising up steady as we find ourselves in a nice high lunge. Then we're going to open into warrior 2, knee over ankle, heel to heel alignment, arm shoulder height, taking a moment to breathe. Flip as we reach, bringing the left hand onto the back leg, looking underneath the arm, taking that reverse warrior. Breathing into position. And then coming all the way back, warrior 2. Straighten into the front leg. We're going to hinge and tilt as the right hand comes inside the leg, left hand comes up to sky, and find our lovely triangle pose. And just breathe into that moment. Slowly bring the left arm over past the ear, looking underneath the arm. Rotate the palm to mat and take a moment as we use the arm to come all the way back. Find center. Your your right foot comes in, hands come to hips, draw the elbows back as much as you can, open the chin towards the sky, and then come all the way down halfway, elbows face up nice and high, and your chest and belly is parallel. And then slowly see if you can bring the hands behind the base of the neck, opening the elbows, and then slowly come all the way back as we find center. So we're going to do that again, to slowly lead with the chest, elbows opening to sides, going all the way down this time so the head is towards the mat, taking a nice forward fold, really pressing down into the feet, and then you're going to lift through the chest and the head and make that long spine journey all the way up towards the sky. So try and keep the spine straight. We'll do that one more time. Lead with the chest, come all the way down, finding a nice forward fold. But this time take the hands in between the feet, elbows track behind you as we lift the chest, find length, and then exhale the fold, pulling the weight forwards, pressing forwards, elbows face behind, and your weight are more into the toes than the heels. Taking a moment to breathe here, and taking a moment to center. And then slowly press into the hands. Left hand comes in front of the gaze, your right hand opens towards the sky as we find a twist, looking towards the middle finger. Taking a moment here to breathe. And then slowly bring that right hand down. So the left hand opens, finding your twist, looking up to the middle finger as you find length. Taking that moment. Your left hand is going to come down. You're going to slowly lift into the chest, walk the hands over towards the right foot. So the hands cup the feet, the heels and the toes. And then you're going to point the right foot forwards. And then we're going to bend into a nice runner's lunge. And then rise up steady, finding our high lunge position. Breathing in high lunge, your left hand places down and your right hand opens as you look towards the middle finger. Your right hand comes down, runner's lunge. Bring the back foot in, heel flat, so the feet both flat, feet face forwards. Lift the chest, finding a nice pyramid pose. And then exhale as you fold, bring the belly to thigh, shoulders away from the ears, trying to press both heels down flat, and just breathe. Gently lift the chest, find length. Slowly the right knee bends to tilt the weight forwards, the right head lowers, the head lowers as the left toes lift, and then slowly bring the left foot into hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, lift the chest, find a nice flat back. Exhale as we fold. And then we're going to heel toe the feet outside edge, sit the bum back, sitting into Malasana, this time reaching the hands, finding the sky for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then place the hands down and you can jump or step back, moving through a vinyasa of choice, inhaling through up dog cobra, and then exhaling as we settle down facing the dog, rising onto the toes and lowering down into the heels. Left leg lifts as we flex the toes to mat, open the heel to bum, square shoulders and hips. Knee to nose, press curve round, place the foot, knee over ankle, rising up, finding that nice high lunge, lowering down into the shoulders, back heel flat, as we open warrior two, knee over ankle, heel to heel alignment, arm shoulder height. Breathing into that warrior two, flip the palm, reach, back hand onto the back leg, or towards the front hip, looking under the arm or down to the back heel. Reverse warrior. Come all the way back, find our center, straighten into the front leg, hinge and tilt As we press the hips forwards, open the chest, look to that middle finger up above. Taking a moment here. Arm comes over past the ear, cupping the ear, palm rotate flat, and then we use that to pull ourselves up and open. Come back to center, left foot in. This time hands clasped behind the back, open the chest, find length, and then fold forwards, fall forward, fold, pulling the palms away from the bottom and hanging heavy. Taking a moment to breathe here and taking a moment to center. Gently release the hands. So this time we're going to take the two first fingers around the big toe. The thumb rests the nail bed. You're going to inhale, lift the chest, find length. You're going to exhale, lean forwards, pulling yourselves down to the ground as your elbows go out to the sky and out to the sides in a 90 degree, pulling yourselves down and breathe. Inhale as you lift, find flat back. Exhale, fold, elbows side, pulling yourselves down, weight into the toes, breathe. Gently release the hands, lift the chest. This time you're going to bring the left foot, keep the feet as they are, walk the hands so that they cup the feet, frame the feet, then bring the left foot forwards. And then we bend into that lovely runner's lunge and then rise up into a nice deep high lunge position. We slowly lower down into the hands. We're going to bring the right hand down as the left hand opens, finding a nice twist. Slowly lower the left hand. We're going to step the right foot in halfway, pop the heel down flat, feet forwards as you lift the chest. And then exhale, fold, pyramid pose, trying to square the hips and just breathing. Both legs are straight, shoulders rolling away from the ears. Noticing how that feels. Gently start to lift the chest, bend the knee, tilt the weight forwards as you lift the right leg, standing a split, head low, feet high, breathe into position. And then slowly bring that right foot in, hip distance apart. We're going to inhale, lift the chest, find length, but this time I want you to sit the bum on an invisible chair, rest the belly onto the thigh, take the hands behind the base of the neck as we're going to hold the position for 10. Try and have a nice flat back, try not to round the back. We're pressing the belly to thigh, chest, parallel, holding 9. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Well done. Release as we forward fold. But this time we're going to take the two first fingers, big toe, thumb rest the nail bed. Inhale, lift the chest, find length. Exhale, elbows out to side, pull yourselves down, belly to thigh. Now we've got a hip distance apart, forward fold using resistance. Inhale, lift the chest, find length. Exhale, fold, elbows tight, pull yourself down to the ground. Breathe. Release the hands, heel toe the feet, outside edge, sit the bum, finding the palms into center. Slowly press the hands towards the sky, holding Amalasana for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Place the hands shoulder distance, jump or step back and roll through Vinyasa of choice. Inhale, up dog cobra and exhale into down face dog. We're going to take a moment to breathe, rise onto the toes, lower down into the heels. And then lower the knees, open wide, big toes together. Sink the bum back as you settle into child pose. And just take a moment in child pose, breathing, releasing. And just allow everything to come back to stillness. Allow that flow to settle into the body. Taking that nice deep inhale as you breathe in through the nose. And exhale. inhale as you breathe out through the nose. Well done, guys. And just take one more deep inhale in, exhale as you breathe out. And then slowly we're going to press into the hands. Come all the way back to that wide leg kneeling position. Palms are going to come into the chest. And we're just going to take a moment here to breathe. Take a moment to center. Slowly walk the hands. Tuck the toes, settle into a downward dog. Noticing, really try and lower down into those heels. And then walk the feet in towards the hands. Bend the knees, roll up the spine, vertebra by vertebra. As you reach the top, open the palms, finding a nice mountain pose. Bring your hands into center. You want your right foot into the center of the mat, left foot behind you. Hands are going to pop behind the neck. Bend into the right support leg as the chest and the thigh come parallel. And we're going to bend into the right knee and then extend. And again, we're going to find that bend and extend. One more. Bend into the right knee, extend, holding 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly allow the left foot to come in, release the hands, settle back, find mountain pose. Step the right foot back, left foot forwards, hands behind the neck, bend the left leg, chest, thigh, parallel, find that warrior 3. We bend into the left leg and we extend. Find that bend and extend. One more. We're going to bend and extend, holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Everything comes back. Find center. Open the palms. Open the chest. Ground the mountain. Palms into center, heel toe the foot. Sink all the way down, taking a nice Malasana pose. And we're just going to take a moment to breathe. Allow the bum to sink, the heels to be flat. And just find depth into the breath. Noticing how that feels. Breathing into that space. Taking a nice deep inhale, exhale. And then slowly bring the hands down. You're going to just bring the feet in towards each other. The knobbly bit with the heels, opening the knees wide. Try and press the chest through and have the spine long. You either stay with the fingertips rested or see if you can come hands to knees, bring palms to center, or reach towards the sky as we hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hands come back, find center, place the hands down, and then just slowly sit onto the bottom as we extend the legs and just shake them out. They might be feeling a bit of tension. And then try and find the spine long, so try not to roll and curve the back. You're lifting through the spine. We're going to flex through the toes, bring the hands into center. And we're just going to take a moment here in our staff Dandasana pose. Tucking the tummy and holding ourselves nice and upright. Breathing into the position and noticing how it feels. And then slowly just bring the knees into chest, take a nice tight hold, grab the thigh belly as we drop the head. And you might take a gentle sway to side, breathing, noticing. And then gently release. Bring the feet about 45-degree distance, hands reaching forwards. We're gonna lift the shin, flex the toes, press the chest through as we hold a nice boat position, holding 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then just gently fold onto the knees, taking your easy pose, resting the palms, length into the spine, popping the chest through, and just take a moment to breathe, finding that transition. And then slowly see if you can come back into the boat pose, but this time you might like to extend through the legs as we hold 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then gently fold on your 1. Open the palms, lift through the spine, open the chest. Taking a nice moment to breathe and center. And then just slowly just start to walk the hands forwards as far as you can, settling the head, the chest, the belly through the gaps. And just take a moment to breathe here. Noticing how that feels into the body. And taking a nice deep inhale, exhale. And then slowly start to roll up into the spine. You're going to extend the legs, flex the toes, open the palms, rotate the sky. We're going to lower down through the lower spine, then through the middle spine. When we reach that point where we want to drive to the mat, we're going to hold for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and then release and take that full journey. Opening the palms, allowing the body to be heavy. And just breathe into that space, notice. Taking a nice deep inhale, exhale, and then slowly bring the knees into chest. Take a nice tight hold, thigh belly connection. And just breathe as we hold nice and tightly, noticing how that feels. And then we're going to slowly just open the knees nice and wide, place the hands through center, grabbing onto the outside edge of the toes, the feet, and just try and bring the knees down to the ground, resting the bottom, shoulders resting into the mat. And just notice how that feels. And you might like to take a nice rock side to side, breathing into that moment. Allowing the back to rest. Trying to allow the mind to still be clear. You might like to extend through your legs. Trying to pull the toes down to the ground, but still pressing the bum down flat. And really stretching out through the back of the legs. Taking that moment to breathe. Release. And then gently allow the feet to come back through center. Bring the knees into chest. I want you to extend the legs to sky, release the hands, a slight bend into the knee, and just allow the weight of the body to bear down to the ground. Your feet are floating, you're breathing, you're noticing. To just be natural. So you're not finding that even length as much as when you start. You're just allowing the breath to do what it needs to do. And you might like to start breathing out through the mouth, taking a nice sigh. Just to allow that release, that let go. And then slowly allow the feet to fall down towards the ground. Bring the heels and toes together. And you can rest the hands onto the belly or just keep them flat onto the mat. And we're just going to take a few breaths here in our butterfly. Imagining the weight of gravity pulling the body down. So gravity is that force that keeps us bound to the floor. Natural route for us to go towards as the knees float in the sky, gravity slowly allows the hips to release any tension. As it slowly takes its journey towards the mat, releasing through the hips. Take a moment to breathe, closing the eyes, taking a nice deep inhale as you breathe in through the nose. And then exhale as we sigh out through